Down with me, you down with me, down with me. I got a crowd wrapping round the whole town for me. They mama proud, got a thou in the balcony. Nah, I don't hear no clown talking foul on me.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of What Are the Odds podcast. I'm your host, JMX, and my co-host, Ryan. We got a lot of stuff to get into, preferably the game we saw last night. We're going to get into that in just a little minute. Preview all of the games for this week because it's a few good ones up in there. But before we get into all that, Ryan, man, how you been?
Man, I'm chilling. I can't complain. Nothing new. Just working on videos and doing my thing. How about yourself?
Uh, Doing good. My birthday this weekend, so I'm hoping a few things go right. Last night, my boy Wimby had the 5x5. Good bounce back game for him after we shit the bed against OKC. But yeah, man, I definitely like what I saw last night. But let's hope Sunday, my real birthday gift come true. But yeah, we got a lot to get into. But first, let's get into it. Last night, the Texans traveled to MetLife, take on the Jets. Jets ended up winning this game 21-13. The Jets improved to 3-6. Texans fall to 6-3. Obviously, the Texans didn't have Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, tore his ACL, and he was ruled out for the season going into this game. But yeah, it was just really my main takeaways from it was just the Texans were banged up. They missed 2 field goals, so that last drive of the game could have been very different. Um, if the Texans had made if Fairbairn makes a 27-yarder, and I think the other one was a 57-yarder or something like that. If he makes those kicks, this game could have been ended very differently for the Jets. But yeah, I thought the Texans ran the ball really well. I see people saying CJ Stroud is in a sophomore slump. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a sophomore slump. I mean, guys are coming in and out, just guys are rotating in and out of that lineup. The injuries for sure. But Tank Dell had a really good game. Mixon had a really good game. But I mean, the Jets, this win didn't really move me too much. I want to hear what you have to say. I think their schedule is very favorable, but they basically can only lose like one more game for the rest of the season. I just don't see that happening, not with this team. But yeah, the Texans got a long road ahead of them. The injuries are starting to pile up. I'll be interested to see what they do at the deadline if they want to make a move. They got the Lions and the Cowboys in the next 2 games, so we'll see how those two go. But yeah, man, I this move didn't really move me for the Jets, but I thought Garrett Wilson and Devontae did play a good game. I thought Rodgers did his job, but it just didn't really move me, man.
I can't lie. I'm kind of the opposite. I think if Corley didn't fumble that ball, not really fumble, just let go of it. I mean, you could say the same thing. Like you said, the Texans missing those 2 field goals could have been a different game. If he would have held on to that ball, it would have been a 28-13 game.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, the Jets defensive line was just getting after Stroud. The offensive line was banged up, and yeah, Devontae and Garrett Wilson kind of just did their things, went off, and this is kind of, in my opinion, the reason, and probably your opinion as well, the reason they brought Devontae to kind of free up Garrett Wilson. And he had that insane catch that I know a lot of Steeler fans were pissed off because it looked just like Pickens, where he got 2 feet in bounds, but it's the same foot. He got like his foot, but then like his shin in, so it's like a different body part. So like I get that, but yeah, I don't know. The Jets, like I'm not gonna expect them to go on a run or nothing like that, but also like I wouldn't be surprised if they mess around and do something. I mean, again, their schedule really isn't. I think they play one team with a winning record, and that's the second to last week against the Bills. Granted, saying that, you also still have the Cardinals, Seahawks, Dolphins twice.
Colts,
Rams.
Rams.
So it's like
It's not as easy as people see. People
nah.
see the record, but like a lot of those teams are getting back healthy. Like a lot of I don't see as that easy as people are saying because they can easily drop that game next week against the Cardinals. They got the Colts. I mean, Seattle. I mean, the Colts with Flacco, we're gonna see how that's gonna look. But Seattle. The Dolphins getting to it. The Dolphins have Tua back. Jacksonville, they'll win that game. The Rams, Stafford and Cup, Stafford, Cup, Nakua, Kyron Williams. You got Buffalo. I mean, I don't know. It's a lot. Like if we were talking about really easy, like really bad teams, like I would say they have a shot, but it's tough, man. I just don't see them going on because it's gonna have to be a historic run. We're talking about what 9 games, including the Texans game. You're gonna have to go 8-1. Like that's an insane. That's like a legendary run right there. Like if they go 8-1, then they might be hot enough to go to the Super Bowl. But like I just don't see that happening, man. It's no way.
See, like we were talking about this last episode, where like there's for sure teams that are gonna make the playoffs. Like the Bills are gonna make it, Chiefs are gonna make it, Texans will probably make it, and then obviously someone out of the North, probably like the Steelers or the Ravens, will make it. And then like obviously there's like solid teams like the Broncos and again whoever doesn't win the AFC North, I think will also like this. If the Steelers win it, the Ravens will get in, vice versa. And then there's gonna be that one or two teams at the end where it's like the Bengals, you got the Colts, you got the Jets, you got the Chargers possibly, where it's like you're gonna have to sneak into that last seed, and it's like the Dolphins are 2-5 right now, Chargers are 4-3, Jets are 3-6, Colts are 4-4, Bengals are 3-5. It's like one of these teams are gonna sneak in, and I don't know. I did like the way that Rodgers and that offense looked in the second half. The first half, like I think he even said it himself, like it was one of the, if not the worst half he's ever played in football, and it was disgusting. But I don't know. I do think it's kind of funny that this is that same Jets defense that the Steelers scored 37 on. But I mean, we're not gonna talk about that. That's whatever though.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I just think it's really tough. Like if they wouldn't have lost that game to the Patriots, if they would have not lost literally 5 straight games, if they would have been able to, they would have beat Denver. If they would have beaten the Patriots, like I would say they got a really realistic shot. It's just it's no way. It's too many decent teams. I think that they're going up against that can easily pull off a win against them. But yeah, as far as the Texan goes, it gets really interesting from here. The injuries, like I said, they're starting to pile up. Now the thing about the Texans, which kind of is a surprise. Shout out to D'Amico. I mean, he's still got them at 6-3. But I think we can all agree they're definitely pretenders. Like I know the notion for them coming into the season was them being contenders, but I think we can both. Well, I don't know what you think. I kind of want to hear your thoughts on this, but I think they're pretenders. I think even with like, I mean, Nico's gonna come back eventually, but we have to see this offense. I don't know, man. Like they still have a shot because if Nico comes, like whenever Nico comes back, I think they have a shot. But just I just haven't seen the offensive line is really bad on this team. Like Tunsil is like the whole offensive line isn't playing good. They lost their guard. Like Tunsil has not been playing well. I mean, they're gonna really rely on Nico and Mixon a lot. And I just don't think also the defense is good enough to just carry the load when the offense doesn't play well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's just me about the Texans. But moving forward, they got pretty tough schedule to say the least. But go ahead.
I think they're obviously still gonna make the playoffs, but
Yeah,
I just don't think that they have the. I don't want to say the weapons because Mixon is balling. When Nico comes back, I think he's still in the top 10 of receiving yards, and he's been out damn near half his season.
I can check it. But keep
Um,
going.
Diggs is obviously out, which is obviously gonna suck. But I mean, I don't know.
He is. He's
Is
still
he?
he's ninth.
That's crazy. But I don't know. I like the Texans. I just don't think that, kind of like you were saying at the beginning of the season when everyone was like, this could be a team that could take down the Chiefs and take the Chiefs out in the playoffs type thing. I just can't see it, especially having to travel to Kansas City. And I think the Chiefs defense is better than that Jets defense we saw last night. And that Jets defense made them look like they couldn't do anything, especially Stroud. I think he got sacked 8 times last night. It's like, dude, like my whole concern is mainly that offensive line, and then I think Will Anderson also got hurt last night, and he went out of the game. I don't recall him coming back in, and if he did, then I just obviously must not have been paying attention enough, because I saw him on the sideline like trying to warm up and like kind of get going. I just can't recall him coming back into the game. But yeah, they're definitely not going to be like a cream of the crop of the AFC in my opinion, but I could see him sneakily possibly beating one of them like the 5th seed or it would obviously really just depend who it is. Like they could beat the Broncos if they sneak in at that 5
Come
seed.
on, no, they ain't no, nah, nah. Don't even try that, man. No, no, I ain't giving it to. I don't know, man. The line is just not good enough. CJ's getting sacked left and right, and when Nico comes back, it's gonna be really tough for them because I just don't know if Mechie and those guys they can get it going. But we'll just have to see with the Texans. I'm not ruling them out of anything. I'm just saying I definitely think as of now they're pretenders. Um, I just don't see them actually making a deep playoff run, not this year. I think the Diggs injury is going to be tough. I mean, if they're a repeat of what they were last year with the worst offensive line and the defense not being as good, like that's definitely concerning. But
They
yeah,
they kind of remind me of the Vikings a couple years ago, where the Vikings winning all these like one score
yeah,
games at the end. It
hmm
was close and close and close, and they got eliminated by what, the Giants or something.
yeah, the Giants in the first round. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, but moving forward to the Sunday games, let's get into the Sunday slate. First game up, the Cowboys are traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Cowboys are 3-4. They are all of their wins have come on the road. And the Falcons are 5-3. Um, it's crazy because you really think about it in this game, Atlanta is favored by 3.5. Um, I don't know who you went with in this game, but it was very tough for me. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like even with the injuries, it's always tough to pick Kirk Cousins. I don't know why it is. It's always tough to pick Kirk Cousins. Um, but I went ahead and picked Atlanta. It's just it's tough to roll with Kirk Cousins in games like this, man, because I could really see Dallas going in there and CD just having a party on their defense. But I'm gonna go with Atlanta, man. I do like the way their offense have been playing lately. I think Bijan can get it going against his defense. Um, if Kirk doesn't turn the ball over, I think they got a real shot. But I know Deron Bland, he's still out. Micah's still out. So it's gonna be. And Trayvon is questionable. I don't think Trayvon's gonna go in this game. But yeah, like this is a game Atlanta can win. And I'm not gonna lie, if Dallas loses this game, season is over. I hate to say it, but it is. I mean, you got after this game, you'll have the Eagles, Texans, Commanders. Like we're definitely looking at that. That would be a what 3-5, 3-8 football team right there. So I just don't see a way Atlanta can fumble this game unless Kirk just starts turning the ball over left and right. But definitely, I wouldn't be shocked if Atlanta found a way to lose this game.
yeah. That's why I also went with the Falcons as well, with no Micah, no what's his name, Deron Bland, excuse me, and no Diggs as well. I'm pretty sure, like you just said, I think he's gonna be out as well. I just can't really, I can't go with the Cowboys the way that they've been looking. In my opinion, they kind of got two garbage time touchdowns at the end. Granted, if they would have won, if they would have pulled it off against the 49ers, then we would be talking about the Cowboys a whole different way. But I'm also expecting this game to be a shootout. Like very, very little defense. I think the Falcons' pass rush is like disgustingly bad. And then obviously with the Cowboys, they,
Terrible.
yeah, exactly. No Micah. I mean that. Yeah, I'm expecting it to be a shootout. I think Drake London gonna go off. I think CD gonna go off, and yeah, I'm picking the Falcons though.
Yeah. Going on to the next one, Dolphins are traveling to Miami. I mean, traveling to Buffalo to take on the Bills in this game. Buffalo's favorite to win this game by 6 points. I'm taking Buffalo. I just don't see Miami. This is the game for them to get back on track. I think it'll be really close. Um, these games usually between these two teams are close, but Josh Allen always finds a way to take it over and win this game. Um, but I really hope they can find a way to get their offense going. I mean, the Dolphins choked away that game last week. That game was really a decider, kind of moving forward for their season. Because if they were 3-4 this week, they could afford to lose this game. Now you can't really these games you can't afford to lose. But yeah, I got Buffalo in this one. I just think Buffalo is the more complete team right now. They're in the groove. They're 3-0 at home. I just think I'm really hoping Tua protects himself this game because and one thing I would say, Josh Allen is absolutely playing out of his mind right now. So I just don't. But the Dolphins have a good defense. That's why I think it'll be a close game. I think the final score will be something like 21-17 or 23-17 or something like that. I think it'll be a really close, maybe a little bit more defensive game. But I got Buffalo.
I got Buffalo as well. Tua is 1-7 against the Bills. He's never won in Buffalo. Um, Granted, it's not as bad like temperature wise and like climate wise, I guess, as some of the games. Like that one game like 2 years ago when it was like a blizzard and they were throwing snowballs at that man. It's
Yeah.
like that adds a whole different element coming from Miami and having to play Buffalo. But yeah, I'm rolling with the Bills. I think the way that Marv kind of exposed this defense last week, and even what's his name? I'm drawing a blank. The McBride
Yeah,
and
yeah, true.
Connor
Yeah,
and
true.
Kyler and all that. I mean, they just kind of stuck in the game, stayed there, and then kicked the game winning field goal at the end. And I think this Bills team is way better than that Cardinals team. I think Cooper is gonna have himself a day. Keon's gonna have himself a day. Expect Shakira a little bit. James Conner. I think it's gonna be kind of the same repeat of what we saw like what week 2, week 3, Thursday night in Miami when they played him.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I think it's gonna be obviously. Hopefully it's not a repeat. Hopefully Tua don't get hurt. I'm just saying,
yeah,
like I think it's gonna be a repeat of the same outcome.
yeah. Yeah. I'm in complete agreement with you. Going on to the next game, the Chargers are traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. The Chargers are favored to win this game by 2.5. I thought that spread was a bit disrespectful. But yeah, the Browns are 2-6. Chargers are 4-3. I went with the Chargers in this one. The Chargers defense, they dropped to, well, they're ranked seventh, but they were ranked like top three. They're first in points allowed. Against the pass, they're ninth against the pass. I don't know what they are against the run. They're like 11th against the run, but they're just giving up the least amount of points in the league. This is a different defense from Baltimore. This is a complete different defense. This unit is locked in. I mean, they're playing some of the best defense in football right now. To me, they're top three defensive unit in the league. Top five, if you want to argue, but still, they're up there. I just think the Browns. This is the game where Jameis, you gonna see that come back to form a little bit. Um, and yeah, I got the Chargers. Now I will say it's gonna be interesting to see. I want to see if Bosa plays in this game or not, but I think Lad McConkey, he's due for another big game in this one. Yeah, and I think Herbert does enough for them to get the win. I mean, Herbert's been playing really game manager ball, but I mean, he's doing enough to get them to win right now. 8 touchdowns to 1 interception. I mean, he's completing 65% of his passes. I mean, you can't really ask for much more out of Justin Herbert right now, especially with the weapons he has around him. Really, only Lad McConkey at the wide receiver position, but I'm going with the Chargers.
Yeah, this game was very very tough for me to pick. I ended up rolling with
Wow.
the Browns. I just think with Jameis, they got a whole new energy. West Coast team coming to play Cleveland at 1 o'clock. It's gonna be like 10 o'clock their time. Um, I don't know. I just, especially the way they just, I don't want to say manhandled the Ravens, but they just, I
They
mean,
beat him. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I
I mean, you got it.
yeah, no, I was gonna say I think the Ravens more beat themselves. I'm not trying to discredit the Browns, but I just feel like this Chargers defense is way better. It's gonna be hard. Like I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Like I don't know, man. I just if they go in here and they steamroll the Chargers, like and they put up some numbers on their defense, I'll be shocked because moving forward, I'm like the Browns gonna be kind of a tough out if they can do that to the Chargers.
Yeah, I also do kind of wonder how much of that has to do with it was just an AFC North team, and
Yeah.
Jameis just kind of came in with like nothing to lose. But again, I'm still rolling with the Browns. I think that defense is kind of, I don't want to say turned around to like last season form,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I think they're a solid defense. No JOK. That's gonna obviously suck for the Browns. But yeah, I just
Yeah.
kind of do wonder. Like all, in my opinion, all they really have, all the Chargers really have, excuse me, receiving wise, is Lad, and
Hmm.
everything else is, you know. So if they lock him up, it's like, bro, like who you passing it to, you know?
Yeah, the
But yeah.
Chargers they usually like to get the lead early and then chew
Mm-hmm.
clock. That's what they like to do. But yeah, we'll see. Going on to the next one, I think we can both have an agreement with this one. Raiders are traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. The Bengals are 3-5. Raiders are 2-6. Cincinnati is 0-4 at home. Now they got to. Hopefully, this can be the game where they get their first win at home. They are 7-point favorites in this game. I went with Cincinnati, man. I just don't see a way the Raiders are going to win this game. Candid, I will say no T. Higgins, no Orlando Brown, no Zach Moss. Now that does kind of concern me a bit, but I think Joe Burrow and them can still win this game. I'm not gonna lie, that I think more is the Orlando Brown thing. You're going against the Raiders. Their one strength is, pass rush, but I think the Bengals will do enough to win this game. I just don't see the Raiders offense. I mean, I don't know. The Bengals defense is not good, but I don't see Gardner Minshew lighting it up, man. But yeah, I don't see them lighting it up. I don't. I'm going with the Bengals.
Is Max playing? Do you know? Because it says he didn't practice today. But the city was full practice on Wednesday and Thursday,
Yeah,
but he
yeah, I'm
didn't
pretty sure
practice
he's
today.
playing. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he's playing.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
see nothing about him not playing.
mm, yeah. I'm gonna go with the Bengals as well. Granted, I picked this before, and I'm sure that obviously you did as well. Before I knew T was gonna be out, and before I knew Zach Moss was gonna be out, um, which just kind of concerned me because they didn't really look great last week without T. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Bengals. I just can't see, same as you, a way that they lose the game to the Raiders, and if they do, it's like, we might be cooked. You know?
Yeah, nah, if they lose this game, if they start off 0-5 at home, it's a bigger conversation need to be had. But going on to this next game, we both probably don't have much to say about it. Patriots are traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Surprisingly, the Titans are 3.5 point favorites. The Titans are 1-6, Patriots are 2-6. I went with the Patriots. I don't know. Now I'm not gonna lie, Titans can win this game. I went with the Patriots. I just think they're overall a better team, but the Titans defense is really good. So I think that could pose a little bit of a challenge for New England. But whose offense is worse? And me personally, I think it's Tennessee's. I don't think Mason Rudolph. I mean, both offenses are really bad. Statistically, the New England is ranked 32nd and Tennessee is 30th. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna trust because wait, is Drake May playing in this game?
That's what I was gonna say. I believe so. He's been limited in practice with the concussion the last 3 days. For me, if he plays, the Patriots I think win.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't play, then I would
Yeah,
go
if
with
he
the
doesn't
Titans.
play, I think Tennessee can get it. But I mean, because they're both dead last in a lot of categories. I mean, the only thing the Patriots are middle of the pack in offensively is running the ball. Uh, and Tennessee is right there with them, but they're both in total offense, and passing, they're both bottom. And the same thing goes for points. Like they're just not really good offensive teams. So this is gonna be an ugly game, but I'm gonna roll with New England.
Yeah, I'm rolling with New England as well. But again, this is one of those games that like,
It can go either way.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And it also really doesn't like, if we being for real, it don't really matter at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's just to see what Drake May kind of has. That's
Mm-hmm.
really it. Yeah, going on to the next game. Commanders traveling to New York, take on the Giants. Commanders are 6-2, Giants are 2-6. Washington is favored in this game by 4. Um, I went with Washington, man. I think this game will be close. I will say that. I think this game will be a relatively competitive game like we saw early on in the year. I think Washington will win it though. The Giants are beating themselves, man. I mean, I feel so bad for Brian Daboll. Like he's a hell of a coach, and like this team is just so bad. Like, and it's like when you bring in a good coach try to change a culture that's just bad, like it's really tough. And you're seeing it with the Giants right now. Like they have good, talented players, but it's just like, damn, they just can't get out their own way. Like Daniel Jones, he's not playing well, but he's not playing like last week. He wasn't the reason why they lost that game. He was not the reason why they lost to Pittsburgh. And it's kind of been like that for a lot of their losses, that he hasn't been the sole reason why they're losing, just been the team in general. But I'm going with Washington, man. I just don't think the Commanders can play 60 minutes of good. I mean, I said the Commanders. The Giants can play 60 minutes of good enough football to beat a team like Washington. I just don't see it.
I do wonder how much of a difference this. I mean, I think the Giants' defense is like the
It's
defensive
legit.
line. Yeah, yeah, it's solid, but also Tyrone Tracy, he's a dog as well. Malik Neighbors, if you roll up in there with not roll up there, they come to your house, and the Commanders are coming off that high, like the way they won
Fumble.
against the Bears
Yeah.
and all that, and if they just like sneakily lose this game on it's this is a trap game for the
Yeah,
Commanders. They,
no, it
they should
is.
easily beat them, but I don't know. I think that Washington Commanders offensive line has been balling, top 5 in the league, at least as of the last couple weeks. Um,
Their defense still gives me questions. That's why I think the
hmm
Giants could have a chance. I think Tracy and Neighbors could have a big game because they have no one to cover Neighbors. Like they have no one to cover Neighbors.
well,
Their DBs are
I
horrible.
mean, the way they locked up DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Rome
But
last week.
yeah, but that's a lot of that has to do with the Bears not having a line.
True, that's true.
Like that has a lot to do with that. You got to, and Caleb doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like they can hold up. They're not able to hold up. So it's like yeah, they have those guys, but like Caleb's making plays moving out the pocket most of the time. So I mean, in this game, we're gonna see. Like I was almost say, we gonna see because the Giants' offensive line, they're not that good, but it's gonna be some plays where Daniel Jones can hold up, and I'm really interested to see what they can do. But that's why I'm still going Washington, man. But it is a trap game. It's very much so a trap game, divisional game as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a thing for me is it's a division game. I mean, I ended up going with the Commanders. I'm just saying in general. Like I could 100% see a way that it rolls around 4:30 tomorrow on Sunday and the Giants won the game. Like somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mm.
I'm gonna roll with the Commanders. But still, I could 100% see this game being a trap game and the Commanders losing.
Yeah. Going on to the next game, we can talk about this one quickly. The Saints are traveling to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Panthers are 1-7. The Saints are 2-6. Panthers have not won a game at home. And I'm not gonna lie, the Saints are favored in this game by 7. Uh, and they're getting Derek Carr back. Olave's coming back. They still don't have Kool-Aid. Lattimore's out. Bud Means is out. Cedric Wilson is questionable, but I think this is a game the Saints are going to win on the road. Let's not get it twisted. If there's a game for the Panthers to win, is this one. I think if there's any game for them to win, it's going to be this game. Do I think they'll win? No, I just don't. I just don't see it. Like I think Dennis Allen's going to come there, like I said, with a good enough defensive game plan. Even though they don't have Lattimore or Kool-Aid, I mean, who do the Panthers have? But we'll see. This could be a trap game for the Saints. But I think New Orleans getting Derek Carr back is going to be enough to get them this win, especially Bryce is starting this week. But I will say Bryce he didn't look that bad last week. But we'll see.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if Andy plays, I could 100% see the Panthers somehow messing around and winning this game. I mean, and he's been full practice for these last 3 days. But with that being said, I did go with the Saints just because Carr's coming back. Olave played last week, and I thought he looked solid. Kamara should obviously still be playing. So like, they kind of get those players back that when they were balling the first 2 weeks that were really making all the plays for him with Olave, and obviously Kamara's still been playing. But yeah, I mean, I could just see this being like a close NFC South game that is like whatever at the end of the day. I could see this being one of those games where it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but it's going to be like a weird 13-16 game, and yeah.
Yeah. So going on to the next game, which I think is probably going to be the game of the day. The Broncos traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Both teams are 5-3 in this one. Um, Broncos are 3-1 on the road. Ravens are 2-1 at home. Both of these teams did start off 0-2, and they're both at 5-3. Broncos have won 5 out of their last 6, and we all know the Ravens took that L last week to the Browns. Look, man, I got a few things to say. Bo Nix just got Rookie of the Month. I think it's gonna be very interesting. PJ Locke is out for this game, one of our starting safeties, but Devon Key stepped up really well last week. Baltimore is a shocking 9.5 favorites in this game. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It took a lot. Now I told Ryan I was gonna go with the Ravens. I've been saying I'm going with the Ravens all week, but I picked Denver. I just can smell it. And I'm not even just saying it's a bias thing. I just really think um I think this is a game where the defense can really step up. I think Baltimore, hey, look, I know they got Deontay, but I don't know how much he's gonna play. But I really think the defense is going to come out here and they're going to set the tone, starting especially with the defensive front. Zach Allen's is having an all-pro season. Nick Bonito, Jonathan Cooper. I mean, the Broncos are second in the league in sacks. They're first in the league in pressures. They're first. The second team is 20 pressures below them. The defense is playing some of the best football, and everyone's Patrick Tan's back healthy. Yeah, man, I'm going Denver. I just think I smell the upset. I think people are really doubting them in this game. I think a lot of people are just thinking Baltimore is just going to come in here and blow them out. And I'm not going to lie, like, it's an early game. I have one of those feelings, man. Like, I'm not saying Baltimore don't have a shot. They obviously have Lamar Jackson. He's playing some of the best football right now. The Ravens do have the best offense. But I think, yeah, I think they said the Ravens are the team that's averaging the most yards a play. Or like, they're first in yards per play on offense, and the Broncos are first in yards per play on defense. So this is like really two of the best. You got the best offense and the best defense going against each other in this game. And I'm not gonna lie, like I gotta roll with the defense. I just really think if the Broncos can come out aggressive in this game, and make Baltimore play come from behind, I think Denver can win this game.
Before I give my predictions, how do you feel about the Deontay trade?
I liked it, but it didn't really move me too much. I think he can definitely help them, but I just don't think he's a long-term solution. I just don't. I don't know. We will have to see. We have to see how he does going to Baltimore. This is obviously going to be like his first time playing outside of with the Big Ben because he played with Big Ben, right? This is like his first, like, you know what I'm saying, elite level quarterback. So we're gonna have to see how he plays. I
Man,
mean,
put respect on Big Ben. Don't
no, I
say
mean,
don't no 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 no
no,
no
no, no.
no.
Like what I mean is, like, I mean, Big Ben was at the end of his career though. Like I'm saying, in terms of like, okay, I'll find, I'll phrase it like this: is the best quarterback he's played with. Best quarterback he's played with. From a talent perspective, the best quarterback he's played with. And I'm not gonna lie, it just doesn't move me. I mean, this game I think is a very tough game for him to come into because you got Pat. You saw the game Jaquan McMillan had last week, Riley Moss. I mean, these guys have been saying all week too, like we're locked in. Denver's been saying all week they locked in. They're not. They know what they got to go up against. I think the main thing is also going to be stopping the run. So we're gonna see. But I ain't gonna lie, best defense versus best offense. Unless you're playing Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson is a hell of a player, I think the best defense, man, you got to give them an edge in some way. Not to mention Baltimore's defense is not very good. Their defense against the pass, Marlon Humphrey is questionable in this game as well. And their secondary has not been playing that well. They are first against the run, but Denver isn't really that good at running the football anyway. So you're gonna see kind of more of them throwing the ball a lot. And hey, man, their pass defense has not been good. And the way Bo Nix has been playing lately, really securing that ball, I think Broncos really can go in here and win this game.
Weren't you the one telling me a couple episodes ago that the Broncos receivers create the least amount of like distance between them and the DB? What
Yeah,
separation?
no, it's separation rate. But here's the thing: the Ravens run a lot of zone. So like the only way, so like my thing is they don't run man. So we're gonna have to see, but they don't. But then again, I don't know, man. It's just something about this defense. Like it's really something about this defense that I'm like, they gonna come out here and try to smack these dudes in the mouth. They are like, I don't know. That's just me.
You don't think that the Ravens are pissed off from losing to the Browns at home, and they're not going to come out there? Like you don't think Kyle Hamilton's sick and tired of hearing about how he dropped the game-winning interception? He gonna come out, not going to come out here and also punch someone in the mouth?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, if they Ravens had won the game last week, I'd be really comfortable with this. But I mean, like, I will say, Baltimore, like, anytime the game, because I don't think people are saying we're gonna get blown out. I don't really see that happening unless like something insane happens, like we just start turning the ball over randomly. Um, but I think in those close games that you see, like Baltimore really struggles. Like that's where they can get God. They can get God if you keep the game close. You make them play from behind a little bit. We've seen it in their losses this year. Like Raiders stuck around. They ended up winning that game. The Chiefs, the game was really close. They won that game. You saw last week the Browns kept it close, and then eventually the defense caved in, and Jameson and they got the win. I just think this is we're probably the best defense that they played that they're gonna go up against all year. So yeah, I mean they got the Steelers and the Chargers next, so I mean it's up for debate, but definitely this is gonna be a tough test. It's gonna be really tough for me. Like Denver's defense is playing right now at an all-time rate right now. Like we're giving up 15 a game. And like I said, this is the number one offense, but I think people gonna have to see a little bit, man. Like this is gonna be tough for the Ravens, bro. It's gonna be tough for them. Like,
See, I'm not saying it's not going to be a tough game because I do think the Broncos are the best defense in the league, and I think the Ravens have the best offense in the league, at least one of them. But I don't know, especially with getting Deontay. He's a man beater. That's what he is. He's very good at beating man.
yeah, but they're gonna have
Um,
Pat on him, man.
Man, Pat can't strap my man.
You
Stop talking.
crazy. You're crazy. I'm not
No,
gonna lie,
no,
they gonna have
but
Pat on it. Because if they play him if they play him a lot, like he's not gonna do much, man. Pat's gonna be on that. I'm not gonna lie. Pat's gonna be on that.
but
So
yeah,
like, I mean, like, it's gonna be tough. Like, I just think it's gonna be really tough for them because we're gonna probably try to make Lamar throw it as much as possible. And like that's probably gonna be I don't know what Vance is gonna do. I feel like he's gonna pull some shit out that we haven't seen all year. But I'm really interested to see. I'm really, 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 really interested to see. If I'll say this, I don't know how the game is gonna go by the first quarter. If the first quarter we come out there lollygagging and Ravens start moving the ball on us really well and they get off to like a 7 or 10 nothing lead, then I think the game's over. But if we can keep that game like 3-0, zeros or scoreless after the first quarter, I'm really liking our chance in this game. Because anytime I say the Ravens, it gets to like that, the Ravens that they like to start off hot. And then plus, if I'm Denver in this game, if you win the coin toss, I'm receiving. You got to go out there and you got to go out there and set the tone offensively. Because I don't know. Bo has been playing really well. Like he's been playing really well in Canada. I know it's against Carolina. I know it's against New Orleans. But hey, man, nobody say the same thing about Jaden and Caleb. But I mean, like he's been playing really well. Ain't been turning the ball over. And I'm not gonna lie, Sean gonna have something in his bag for this game. Something. But yeah, I got to go with my squad, man, because I feel like also a lot of people was really sleeping. A lot of people was disrespecting the hell out of us.
I'm gonna roll with the Ravens. Obviously, I just don't like. I think 9.5 is very, very disrespectful. Like it's gonna be a close game for sure. I don't know. The Ravens coming off that loss, getting embarrassed, national media talking about them. Like, let's be real. Besides obviously the Cowboys, the Ravens have been the most talked about team this whole week. That's all I see on Twitter. That's all I see.
And
I
no
know
one's
this.
talking about us. People are just saying this game is over. Like I don't
It's definitely not over.
like no. But I'm saying, but people are just looking at this game as like, oh, they're gonna. But like Cam Newton said, oh, I ain't worried. They're gonna bounce back easily. I think people are disrespecting us a little bit. Like this is just not a game. Like we're not a team you just gonna bounce back against. That's just not who we've been all year long. Like we won five out of. I'm gonna say it
I
again.
don't know,
We
man.
won
Like
five out of our last six.
again,
Now look,
I'm not saying the Broncos aren't like that. I just don't think like you had said just earlier. I think if the Ravens would have won that game against the Browns, the Ravens would be completely just chilling. Like, oh yeah, like we got this. Like we're chilling. But I really think that was a wake up call for the Ravens of like we just lost to the Browns with their backup quarterback. Not at home. And like the way they lost too, I don't know. I'm a roll with the Ravens. I just don't think it's gonna be as much of a blowout as everyone's saying, and that spread saying almost 10 points is crazy.
yeah, bro. Like I feel like I mean I'm not saying it can't happen, but I feel like that's real disrespectful. But yeah, I want to leave it off on this note. I really do think the Ravens. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm going with Denver just a lot of reasons because they're like they're my squad. I'm gonna roll with them a little bit, but I really do think it's a trap game for Baltimore, and I know they coming off that loss, but I just feel like I don't know. Like Lamar hasn't really practiced this week too. Like I don't know. Have you been seeing that?
Yeah, I mean he's just resting for real. I
No,
don't
no,
think he's.
yeah, but like, bro, this is not the team to do. Like, all right, that's all I'm gonna say is all right, because I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I mean, if you were just talking about they're gonna come out and beat him up and punch him in the mouth and all that, I mean, wouldn't this be a great game to chill and rest for beforehand? Get your body right.
I guess. I mean, I will say because Lamar, he's obviously my pick for MVP. So I think you're gonna have like I'm sitting here saying I think we're gonna beat the MVP, and yeah, he does probably need some rest, but I don't know, man. I feel like everybody is just like, man, they're gonna be fine. And you're going against a team where everybody is just, I mean, bro, people still ain't giving Bo his credit. I mean, people talking about he didn't deserve that rookie of the month. It's sitting with the Jaden Daniels. Like, I feel like Sean Payton was pissed off too. People forget he was pissed off after that last game. Even though we won it, he was pissed off too. So I feel like, man, we gonna be prepared. We'll see. All I'm gonna say is we'll see. But yeah, let's go on to the next game to kind of the afternoon. Yeah, because I think that's all the morning games. Yeah, so the afternoon slate of games. Jaguars are traveling to Philly to take on the Eagles. Jags are 2-6. Eagles are 5-2. Philly is favored to win this game by 7.5. And I'm obviously going with the Eagles. I mean, everybody is hurt for the Jags. A lot of their Brian Thomas, I think, is questionable, but I don't know for sure if he's gonna play or not. I don't think he's gonna play, right? I don't know. I just know he's questionable.
Yeah, I don't know.
They lost Christian
Let me look.
Kirk. Travis Etienne is questionable, but I doubt he plays. They're probably gonna trade him. Um, but yeah, I think yeah. Brian Thomas is questionable. Yeah, he's questionable. I don't know if he practiced or not, but I have to look
Yeah,
that up.
he
But
was limited practice.
yeah, I don't think they're gonna make him go. But yeah, I got Philly in this one pretty easily, man. I think Philly's gonna win. Jacksonville's defense is pretty horrid. So I think Jalen Hurts is gonna have a big day. I think Saquon's gonna have a big day. I think they're all gonna have big days, man. In Philly, they're gonna win this game.
Yeah, I'm going with Philly as well. I mean, no Dallas Goddard for the Eagles. I think this is what it's like third or fourth game he's missed.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm expecting Evan Ingram on the Jaguars to have himself a big game. With there's very like no Kirk, like you said, possibly no Thomas Jr. It's like, and Gabe Davis was even limited in practice. It's like he might be throwing to some Walmart employees and Evan Ingram if we being for real. So
Yeah, like
I'm expecting him to have a big game.
yeah, going on to the next one. The Bears are traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. The Cardinals are 4-4, and the Bears are 4-3. Mistake me if I'm wrong. I think the Cardinals are sitting, yeah, they're first in their division. But surprisingly, in this game, they are favored by 2 points. I thought the Bears would probably be favored in this one. This game was very tough for me. But who did I actually end up going with? I went with the Bears. I just think that Bears defense is really good. I think we saw last week they were able to do that. They lost on a Hail Mary. We're gonna see. I know Jaquan is out. Jaquan Brisker's out. I think they're saying they're sitting Tyreek Stevenson. I don't know how true that is, but we're gonna see. But I'm going with the Bears in this one. I think this is a game where they should go in and win it pretty comfortably. I think Arizona's gonna play them tough, but I think the defense should limit Kyler. I think the defense is gonna do a job, and I think the Cardinals defense isn't that good. I feel like the Bears can go in there and move the ball a little bit, win this game. Probably, I'll say, probably be around like a 24-14 type score.
Something I've never understood, and you might be able to answer the question. It's not really a question to be answered, but like when something like that happens, where like almost like a punishment, benching a player, why not just fine him? You know, like if anything, like if you're gonna bench him for let's say a quarter or like a half or whatever, it's like you're just making your team worse. You know, like you're just then if also affecting the next game. It's like yeah, like I'm not saying he lost the game for him,
He
but
did.
like his some of his actions resulted in them losing the game. You know, and it's
Yeah,
like
I
I've
don't.
never gotten that. I've never gotten benching a player for something like that, like on the field play, like when Deontay last year was sitting there with the Bengals and you could like he gave no effort. There was a fumble on the ground. He just watched the ball and turned around and just kept moving the other way. We didn't bench him, and it's like I just don't
Yeah,
understand why you would bench a player to then like have him come back like let's say like oh I'm gonna bench him for a quarter in the first game and the next game. It's like you're just making your team even worse for a quarter and then also affecting the next game. I don't know. I've never gotten that.
yeah. Like I agree with benching if a guy's playing bad on the field, but when they do stuff like that, I don't necessarily agree with the benching part of it. I feel like you can make them like have them give them a hell week at practice or fine them, something like that, or make other ways of punishment. But yeah, I agree with you in that aspect. I don't really see the point of it because he's one of your best DBs. But yeah, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bears. So with that being said, I don't really think there's a corner that's going to be able to guard Moore, Allen, and Rome, and they also got Komet as well. I think this is going to be a bounce back game. I think the Bears have a bad taste in their mouth on the way that they lost that game against the Commanders, and the Cardinals kind of riding high off of that win over the Dolphins. Again, I'm in agreement with you. I can see this game going either way, but I'm going with the Bears personally.
All right. Yeah, going on to the next game. Might be the game of the day, maybe. Uh Lions. I don't know. I got this one or the Broncos game. Lions traveling to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Packers are 6-2. Lions are 6-1. This game is gonna really, yeah, this game is gonna decide who really is first. Actually, wait, it's gonna decide who's first place in this division.
I believe so. I think so.
Yeah. Because the Vikings. Wait, let me see what the standings are now.
Yeah. It's Lions, Packers, Vikings, Bears. Lions 6-1, Packers 6-2, Vikings are 5-2, Bears are 4-3.
So this game is gonna pretty much decide who gets first in that division, um, moving forward. And I'm not gonna lie, it was very tough for me. But it's very tough. But I went with the Lions. I do think Green Bay can win this game, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Green Bay's at home. Jair is questionable in this one. I really want to see what that's going to look like. I just think the Lions have a really good game plan. I don't think they're going to run up the score. They are favored by 3 in this game, but I don't think they're gonna run up the score. I think the Lions win a very close one. I just think the thing about they can run the ball so well, man. Like, and it's like it can be either Gibbs or Monty. And if you look at Green Bay, like against the run, they're pretty good against the run, surprisingly. But I just think that the Lions, they're gonna find a way to win this game. Green Bay, like if Jair is like even with Jair, they're not that great against the pass. Like they're not tremendously great. They had a game against the Texans a few weeks ago, but if Jair is, I don't know how limited he was in practice, but I do know he's questionable in this
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
But
It's just, he didn't practice at all. Like it said, do not
he
practice.
hasn't
Did not.
practiced at all.
Nah. So I think he's out personally, but because I
Yeah,
don't think
so
he played last week, did he?
no, he played last week
Did he?
against Jacksonville. He
Did he?
played.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know if he doesn't go. I'm definitely the Lions more comfortable, but I'm going with Detroit, man. I just think they're a better team, and I just think offensively it's gonna be hard for Green Bay to try to keep up. I think it's gonna be hard to try to keep up. That's just me.
Yeah, I went with, and this was really before I think the news kind of came out of about how Jordan Love might possibly play. I ended up going with the Lions as well. But I mean, I could obviously see a way that Jordan Love. I mean, just like he did last year on Thanksgiving when he went into Detroit and just kind of carved that defense up. Um, I could definitely see a way that in Green Bay, I don't know what the
Yeah, they can win
temperature's
the game.
like.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like I could see
I
it for sure. But
yeah,
I'm gonna roll with the Lions personally.
I just think that they're playing really good football. It is a divisional game, so divisional games you got to kind of throw everything else out the window. And I mean, it's like you starting 0-0. But I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. I
this
mean,
game is it's supposed to be nasty. It's supposed to be a raining
okay.
game. It's supposed to rain. And I got to go with the team that just dominates running the football, which is the Lions, man. I think if it
Hmm.
comes down to it, they're just going to dominate in the trenches. But yeah,
I think what Kenny Clark he should play. Quay
yeah.
Walker should play. Uh, Walker should play. Yeah. Man, shout out to Rasheed Walker. I think he went to high school, like maybe like 20, 25 minutes away from where I live. One of my
That's crazy.
one of my friends, he was telling me about it 2 days ago. I think it was. I think it was Rasheed Walker. Let me look. Rasheed. That's random. I don't know why I just thought of that. Let me look. High school. Yeah, North Point High School. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to edit that out. That's crazy. But yeah. I'm gonna roll with the
Well,
Lions as well.
Lions,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah, going on.
and I do think this is gonna be game of the week. I don't think that Broncos Ravens trash ass game gonna be game of the week. I think this is
Oh,
gonna be
I
a
can't
game of the
wait.
week.
Hey, and by the way, another reason I picked the Broncos is my birthday on Sunday, man. And I'm just really hoping they give me that birthday gift. If we can beat the Ravens, hey, man, y'all don't got to do really, man. I'll never complain. But going on to the next one, Rams traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Rams are favored by 1 in this game. Surprisingly, Seahawks are home, but yeah, it's tough. I went. Who did I actually go with in this game? I think I went with the Rams. Yeah, I went with the Rams. I think DK's out. No, he's questionable, but I
No,
don't
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
think
no.
he's
He's out.
practiced. Yeah, has he practiced?
No, he's out though. I
Oh
got an
yeah,
alert.
oh yeah,
Yeah, he's
I
out.
see it. Yeah. No, he's out. He's out. I don't know why they got listed. This question was weird. Oh no, my fault. I thought it was a Q. So yeah, no, he's out. He's out. Yeah, I'm going with the Rams. I think they're gonna go all out. Puka, I don't know if Puka's going. I don't know if he's going, but I think regardless, as long as they got Cooper Cup, they'll be fine. Cooper Cup, Kyron Wins, Matthew Stafford. I think they go in Seattle, and I think they win this game. I think Seahawks will still play it tough. It's still a divisional game, but I'm definitely going with the Rams.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams as well. Like you just said, with DK being out, I think Noah Fant is also out. I mean, those are two of your bigger weapons on offense. And the way that the Bills just kind of embarrassed this defense, and also the way that the Rams just kind of did whatever they wanted against a great Vikings defense, or at least a solid Vikings defense. The Vikings defense is way better than the Seahawks defense, and I just kind of see a way that Rams go in there and do not really whatever they want, but like kind of like I think last year week 1 where Stafford went to Seattle and just kind of did whatever he really wanted, and Puka, that was his kind of coming out game. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Rams as well.
Yeah, going on to the Sunday night game. Colts traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. The Vikings have lost 2 straight. And I'm not gonna lie, Colts are 4-4, Vikings 5-2. The Vikings are favored by 7 in this game, which I think might be that's huge. Um, I almost went with the Colts. I was so close. I was so close to almost going with the Colts. I just I just think when it comes down to it, Jettis is gonna make enough plays. I think Aaron Jones is gonna make some plays. And I think that's this game is gonna come down to. I think Flacco's gonna play as good as he can. I don't like the Colts offensive line that much. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Minnesota in this one.
Yeah, I'm going with Minnesota as well. Hawkinson's first game back. Finally, like we were talking about on I think the last podcast, they waited until the last day to activate that man off of
Bro, you feel me? They waited to the
man,
last
I
day.
was sweating. I had that man literally on every single fantasy team I have on my IR, and I saw something again like after that Thursday night game. People were like, if they don't activate him by Friday at like a certain time, whatever time it was,
Over with.
yeah, then his season is over. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But yeah, anyway, Hawkinson's back. Yeah, I just think there's too many weapons for this offense, and I don't think the Colts defense is really great. It's like, okay, like you double Jettis. We got Addison, you got Hawkinson, you got Aaron Jones, you know? It's like if you double Hawkinson, you got 2 receivers in the running back. Like this offense with Hawkinson back really just opens up everything, in my opinion, for it. Like he's the security blanket for Sam Darnold. And the way that the defense has also been playing, I mean, it's kind of been a little bit shaky, but I don't know. How do you feel about AR getting benched? I don't think we've really talked about that.
Well, I mean, me and you've been talking about it for weeks. We saw it coming.
Yeah,
I mean,
like that official them benching him type thing.
yeah, I mean, we kind of saw it coming a little bit. Yeah, I feel like me and you both kind of saw it coming. I mean, Flacco just gives his team the best chance to win, man. That's pretty much it. He gives them the best chance to win. Anthony Richardson, I'm not saying he's a bust or anything, but like I don't agree with tanking your season just to get a higher draft pick when you literally can put a guy in and you can be better. That's just me. I don't agree with that. I mean, you're 4-4. You can still fight to get a playoff spot. I'm not saying Flacco is going to be the guy that's going to take you to a Super Bowl, but I definitely think you can win some games, and I think it'll benefit Anthony Richardson coming off the bench. And I do honestly believe that him saying what he said gave them the excuse to bench him. But like I feel like this will benefit him in the long run. I think people are not understanding that this will benefit him. Like it's not like this man is like he's gonna learn from Flacco. He's gonna learn how to be more of a leader, be more of a pro. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, you should be taking notes from Flacco, man. The guy's still one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league at 40. So I mean, I honestly do believe this will help Anthony Richardson in the long run. But I mean, either way it goes, the Colts are not. They're still gonna get like if they tank, you're gonna get a top 10, top 8 pick. Compared to if you fight for your season, you're still gonna be picking 15, like around that 12, 17 range. So I mean, like either way it goes, man, you're still gonna have a decent first round pick. And I mean, like you know what you have to get. I mean, either way, you're gonna try to get something around to help Anthony Richardson. But yeah, man, I feel like it was the right move. But as far I feel like the Colts made the decision 2 weeks too late. That's just me. I don't know what you think about that, but I definitely think they made the decision 2 weeks too late. If they would have made this decision like when he got because he got hurt against Green Bay, they made the decision the game after the Pittsburgh. I mean, because did he play in that Pittsburgh game or did Flacco won in that game, right?
Well, he played. He got hurt. He came out for a game. A play or two came back in, got re-hurt, and then they took him out. And that's when Flacco. That was Flacco's first game.
Yeah, I feel like after they lost that Jacksonville game where Flacco played really well, or hell even beat Tennessee, I feel like it was just Flacco should have been a guy after that. I feel like he should have been. I feel like you probably would have beat the Texans if you played them. I was at the game. They would have had Flacco. They would have won that game. But I mean, you look at their schedule moving forward. They got a really tough Vikings, Bills, Jets, Lions. Like, look, Flacco's good and all.
Man, don't discredit your Broncos down there on the 15th.
Well, they got the Patriots before that, but
I know,
mean,
but man, include them in there. Include them in there.
No, I'm including them, bro. Okay, look, I ain't gonna lie. If we got to play Anthony Richardson, we're definitely winning that game. Flacco, I think we can win it, but it'll be more competitive. But definitely, I think. I mean, I don't know, man. We're just gonna see what the Colts. I feel like they made the decision a little bit too late, but I think it was the right one, man. I mean, Anthony Richardson just wasn't playing good. 59 for 133, 4 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, completing 44% of his passes. I mean, QBR 37. I mean, he just was not playing well. And I know they're talking about guys are dropping passes as well. But, like, I mean, when guys drop passes, it's bad. Don't get it twisted. But, like, they're not that bad. They're not that bad in terms of, like, how bad he was playing. Like he wasn't playing well, man. I saw it in person. He's just not playing well. Like, he's not playing well, man.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect time. Like obviously, I agree with you. They should have really just went with Flacco from
Yeah.
with the Steelers game, but I mean again like, you got the Vikings, you got the Bills, the Jets, the Lions. I mean the Patriots defense isn't awful either. Like they have a solid defense. My fault. Their defense isn't awful. Like they have an okay defense, and you got the Broncos defense. And like we were just saying a second ago about the Titans defense. I mean their defense is alright, you know. So it's like you have, like, in my opinion, this is kind of the tougher part of the schedule, and to have like a veteran in there who like some of these games they were either very very close to losing or they lost due to Anthony Richardson. Um, but like these are the games where you really need that veteran quarterback in there that like isn't
Yeah.
gonna sit there and make dumb decisions. Like AR is I think he's, again, I agree with you where he's a solid, like if he develops the right way and like can use his talents and his body the right way, you know, like I think he's all right. But like I can't believe that man went out there and said he was tired, and that's why he came out. He checked himself out because he was tired. But
That's crazy.
anyway,
Yeah. Yeah. Going on to the next game, and this game I picked pretty easily. Monday night, Bucks are traveling to Kansas City, traveling to Arrowhead, take on the Chiefs. Bucks are 4-4. Chiefs are still undefeated. The Chiefs are 8.5-point favorites in this game. I went with the Chiefs pretty easily, man. Just the injuries are piling up. No Godwin, no Evans. Well, Godwin's out for the year. Bucky Irvin might not go in this game. He's questionable. Antron Winfield is questionable. Sterling Shepard, Levante David, Tyke Smith. Man, they got a lot of guys on this injury report right now, man. I'm looking at for Tampa. And like Shepard didn't practice. Bucky Irving didn't practice. um, Antron Winfield got hurt at practice. I mean, so you're looking at their team already. When already with the injuries they do have, it's gonna be very, 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 very tough. So Anderson, Casey, I'm taking the Chiefs. If the Chiefs lose this game, it's a bad loss. It's a very bad loss. But I think their defense is gonna do a really good job against Baker and company. I think the Chiefs win this game easily.
yeah, I got the Chiefs as well. I just kind of even like with the way Lamar threw all over that defense on Monday night. I mean, I could see not Mahomes doing the same thing, but like I don't know. I could see this offense kind of finally getting some of them some like everything kind of like going and like grooving and all that. You know, like Xavier Worthy. I think he's gonna have himself a nice game. I think D Hop. This is gonna be the game where that last game against who they played who they played last week. Um, who they play last week? Let me look.
Who?
The Chiefs.
Buccaneers or the Chiefs? They played the Raiders.
Thank you. Like D Hop didn't really have a great like impactful game last week either.
He gonna have one this week.
Yeah. I think he's gonna go off this week. And then, I mean, you already got Kelsey still. When is Pacheco coming back? I've been seeing rumors of him coming back like relatively like soon. Like he's able to like I think run on the treadmill right now after a broken leg.
No, he didn't break his leg. Well, he broke his fibula. Or
Yeah, he
like
did.
that, right?
Yeah, he broke something in his leg, I think.
They said he's not coming back to practice this week. That was yesterday, but
Mm-hmm.
it's looking like maybe week 13 ish.
Okay. Yeah, he posted a video himself of him, I think, running on the treadmill. But yeah, I mean that was just a random thought I had of the Chiefs. I think when he comes back and that shit, you got Hunt and Pacheco, that 1-2 punch.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
But yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs as well. Relatively easy.
Yeah, so before we end off the episode, I got a question for you, Ryan. Now I've been seeing this a lot, and I feel like, you know, this is a good question, make a little video on it. I kind of want to know what your opinion is on this. I saw like somebody made a TikTok video recently about the debate about defenses. Who's the better defense out of the Legion of Boom and the No Fly Zone? So I'm gonna go ahead. So, in your opinion, which defense all time, like as a complete defense, was better? The Legion of Boom or the No Fly Zone?
Man, give me the
Now,
Legion of
mind
Boom.
you,
Give me the
now,
Legion
now,
of Boom.
now, hold on now. Now, mind you, that no fly zone. We had Von Miller. We had DeMarcus Ware on that defensive line. Our DBs were still good. Like, I think for sure Seattle had the better safeties, but they had Sherman, Byron Maxwell, but we had Talib and Chris Harris.
You should know firsthand what that Legion of Boom defense is like from that Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I mean, look, you can say that. Hey, but one, we were hurt like hell. That's number one. But two, you gotta admit though that no fly zone. Hey, man, we ran man all year and won a Super Bowl. Defense carried it to the Super Bowl with no offense. So who you taking? So you got
Give me the
Legion
Legion of Boom.
as a complete defense, like complete defense wise, from top to bottom. Like I think they had better safeties. I think we may have had the better cornerback room with Talib, Harris, and Roby. Linebackers, I give it to them, but that front line, I'm taking Denver as a complete defense, man. Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, Derek Wolfe, with Chris Harris, Talib, and TJ and Darren. Yeah, I'm going Denver, man. I just think as a complete defense, though, I think Legion is more memorable. They were more like likable. They were still damn good. But give me, man. I think complete defense. I mean, you can't, bro. We have prime Vaughn and DeMarcus Ware, bro.
Man, still, give me the Legion of Boom. I mean, man, you can't forget Bobby Wagner. What's his name?
KJ Wright,
Well, yeah, him too.
Michael Bennett.
Michael Bennett. Thank you. Michael Bennett
Yeah,
is a
Von
dog.
Miller. And bro,
Congratulations. I think
bro,
I think that secondary is
we
better
had
than.
Shaq Barrett too. You know that, right?
Congratulations. Round of
Oh
applause.
my god.
I still
We
think
had
that
Von Miller,
the
DeMarcus Ware.
secondary for the Legion of Boom is better than your little
How
no-fly
much
zone.
better though? Okay, in the safety room, yeah, but like, come on, corners, the entire corner room.
Yeah. I mean, Richard Sherman's was definitely the best of all of them.
But you got Talib and Chris Harris.
No, I know.
Okay, so what? Like, I gotta hear your argument though. Like, okay, so if we talking position by position, I'll give them the safeties. Cam and Earl Thomas was ridiculous. Corners, I give us. Linebackers, I give them. Defensive line, I give us.
Sounds like it's split right down the middle, don't it? You just
I
made the
guess.
argument damn near for me of you just split it down the middle. It sounds like
I think the
you made the
difference
argument.
though, okay, but like I think the talent difference on the defensive line is what separates it though. We had 2 Hall of Famers, bro. 2.
I mean, you got 2 Hall of Famers back there at safety too.
And we had 2 Hall of Fame corners.
Exactly. We're making an argument of either way. I'm going with the Legion of Boom. I just think personally they were better, and also what they did in that one Super Bowl to you guys, it was disgusting. It was so foul. That was the worst Super Bowl I think I've ever seen in my life. That was and I know that was a bad Super Bowl for you. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not trying to discredit your defense or nothing like that, because they're obviously an all-time great defense. I'm just one. It might be also like a nostalgia factor, but
Yeah.
I don't know. They were just hitting motherfuckers. Like they did whatever they wanted to do.
Bro, we were strapped though. Like you couldn't score on us. Like we ran straight man coverage the whole game.
You couldn't score on you guys. I got a clip of AB scoring on you guys and having a day with you guys.
Okay, but that wasn't. Wait, was that the year we won the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that was.
Yeah, because we were talking about that. Don't play. Yeah, we were talking about that. Don't play.
Okay, outside of that one game against Prime AB and Le'Veon and
Let
Big
me look.
Ben,
I don't think Le'Veon played that game.
Bro, Prime AB and Prime Big Ben, bro. Like,
Let me
yeah,
vote.
outside of that game, we was strapping, bro. You saw what we did you want to talk about the Super Bowl, man? You saw, man. I know you saw what we did to Cam. Come on, man. We had that man scared to jump on the football.
That was not as an embarrassing of a loss as that Super Bowl. What was the score?
No, I mean, no. I'm talking about defensive performance though. Like, cause think about it, Seattle just scored more. We had like 5 takeaways, something crazy like that.
The Seahawks won 43-8.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they score more. Like our defense was, bro. We had like 5 takeaways.
They got 2 interceptions on you guys. They
I think
got
we
two
had
forced
3.
fumbles. So they had 4 turn. You guys turned the ball over 4 times. So we're comparing 4 and 5 turnovers.
Let
That's
me
the
see.
difference.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Okay, let me go to Super Bowl 50. All right, so Cam had a pick. Yeah, they have 4.
All right. So 4-4. So you're
Okay, yeah,
making it seem like it was this all-time elite
bro.
defense, and I'm not
Bro,
saying
it
they're
was
not, but a defensive
well.
performance. How many sacks
Wait,
they have in this game? How many sacks they have in your game?
we sat Cam 6 times.
All right, let me look over here. Uh, 0 sacks.
What, Seattle?
Oh no, my fault. I was looking at the Broncos. My fault. They had
No,
one.
no.
They had 1 sack. My fault. I was no,
Yeah,
I
Seattle.
was looking at the wrong side. Yeah. Seattle had 1 sack that game.
All right, well, we had 6.
Congratulations. It's the same amount of turnovers.
Really, they have 4 fumbles, but they recovered one of them.
I don't know. Again, I'm still going with Legion of Boom personally. I think the defense is, one, it was just better. 2, it's just probably the nostalgia factor, and people are always gonna remember the Legion of Boom. And besides Broncos fans and like actual diehard like football fans, you go talking about the no-fly zone, people are gonna be like, who?
Bro, Vaughn had 2.5 sacks, a pass deflection, 3 QB hits, and 2 forced fumbles.
I know, and that's why he won MVP, Super Bowl
Like,
MVP, I should say.
yeah, like I mean, bro, that's insane. But yeah,
But
you
real quick,
yeah, you got any questions for
one
me?
one thing that has always irritated me, and this has just been like a pet peeve of mine. Whenever you talk about the Legion of Boom, we talk about the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what people classify the Legion of Boom as. But then if you're talking about Legion of Boom, and like I'm talking about like Richard Sherman, Cam, Earl, Browner, Maxwell, and it's like cool, like that's who I'm talking about whenever I'm talking about the Legion of Boom. But then people are like, oh well, you got to include Bobby in there, KJ Wright, and it's like, well, that's not
You
the Seahawks. Legion of Boom.
no. I said you do. You like I'm saying you have to include them too.
No,
Like
the original name for the Legion of Boom was just the secondary. So for me, that's what I classify the Legion of Boom as. And even then, if we still making the argument, let's add Bobby Wagner in there. Let's add KJ Wright. Man, I forgot my man Cliff Averill, Malcolm Smith. Man, come on.
we're talking about DeMarcus Ware, Von Miller,
I know,
Derek Wolf,
I know.
Shaq Barrett.
Man, Derek Wolf is not better than. Man, they had Frank Clark on the team too. Derek Wolf is not better than Michael Bennett or Cliff Averill.
I didn't say that.
I'm not
But
saying you did. I'm just saying.
Vaughn and DeMarcus Ware aren't.
Bobby Wagner, the best linebacker of those.
Yeah, no. I give him linebacker. Our linebackers weren't bad at all, but I'll give you Bobby. But I'm like, bro, like front 7, bro.
And Super Bowl MVP KJ Wright.
You mean Malcolm Smith?
Thank you. My fault.
Man, by word, but man, we had Shaq Barrett
Malcolm
as a
Smith.
rotational
Man,
guy.
that makes my argument even better. Then thank you,
bro. Okay, fine. You want to say Malcolm Smith is rotational? We had Shaq Barrett as rotational.
Not Super Bowl MVP though.
What do you, bro? We had Shaq Barrett. We had Shaq Barrett coming off the bench, bro. Like, come on, man. But yeah,
I don't know, man. I'm still going with the Legion of Boom, but you're also low key biased because
I'm not biased. I'm talking. Okay, I said completely like full defense wise, full defense, top to bottom. But yeah, you got any questions for me before we leave off? All right, but yeah, man, Ryan don't got no questions, but yeah, so that's gonna do it for this episode. Make sure to leave a like, comment, hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to keep showing love on Instagram and TikTok. We're gonna keep getting up the reels for those, and also YouTube reels as well.
Yeah, and you
But,
better
yeah.
wish this man a happy birthday on Sunday. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. I'll be 22. Yeah, 22. I mean, I forgot my own age. It's crazy work. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. But until the next one, peace out, guys.